Shall we all rise for the beginning of the regular Cotterville Township Board meeting, August 8th? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, everybody.
Sue?
Here.
Tom?
Here.
Kathy?
Here.
Mary Agnes?
Here.
Gary? Here.
Okay. Let's see, the agenda approval. We have a couple of additions and deletions. We're adding to the consent agenda under C3C1, opens to be paid, add invoices by the Kelly Law Firm in the amount of $1,125. Township Treasurer Department charges were $550 on it, and Todd Chartier versus Cottrellville Township is $575. There's also 3C2, which is the Deputy Treasurer's mileage for reimbursement in the amount of $24.53. We also have announcements of the St. Clair County Economic Development Alliance, the 2018 annual meeting. It's Thursday, September 13th at Sperry's on the second floor dinner house. Those are $30 a person, and I've given you a copy of the invitation. If you want to make arrangements or reservations, please do so. Just don't send us the bill. Under consent agenda, we didn't get anything from Ira Township or the Fire Department. Runs for July. With those things in order, we also have the regular meetings of July 11th. The treasurer's reports for June 30th, 2018. The reports, investment reports on the CDs and the money markets, the reconciliation of the general checking as of 6/30, reconciliation of tax account as of 6/30, and cash summary report by general fund as of July 31st. We also have the approval of the clerk's reports, revenues and expenditure ending July 31st, 2018, approval of paychecks from July 1st through July 31st in the amount of $22,298.72, and the approval of payables in the amount of $4,299.63 that are open to be paid, as well as the items listed on the additions, and then $139,255.98 that covered 37 checks through 19/7/15 through 19/7/51. There's also a Fifth Third corporate account credit card amount due of $13.40. And then the runs for Marine City Fire Authority, and like I said, we removed IRA. So, is there anyone that has any discussion on that, or you want to make a motion to approve it and then we'll discuss it?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve all items on the consent agenda. All in favor signify by saying aye by roll call vote, please.
Tom?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes.
Okay, the next section is the open session for anyone in the audience that wants to address the board regarding agenda items. And it is 7:38. And there is nothing, so we'll continue. There's no unfinished business. New business is the Planning Commission. We have the results of the rezoning areas within the township that were, we had town hall meetings to discuss input of residents in those areas, and Pat Runyon is our chairperson for the Planning Commission, and she's going to read a memorandum that she sent to everyone. I just gave them to you today.
And the reason you got them today is I didn't get the minutes till Monday, and I worked the election yesterday, so I had to work on this morning.
So what have you been doing?
Oh, God, been busy. Anyway, dear board members, the Cottrellville Planning Commission held a town hall meeting at the township on June 27, 2018 at 6:30 p.m. before regular planning meeting at 7:30 p.m. The town hall meeting topics were A, suggestion had been made to start the further expansion of light industrial areas of 26 Mile Road as reflected in the 2016 Master Plan Review and 2020 Master Plan by rezoning an area of 26 Mile Road, Marine City Highway, from Starville Road to McKinley Road. Rezoning would change A1 agricultural to L1 light industrial and extend back a quarter section south. Chairman Runyon made a motion, seconded by Commissioner Marcus Pressman, that given the feedback from current residents and property owners on both sides of 26 Mile Road at the June 27, 2018 Town Hall meeting, the recommendation is to not proceed with the rezoning, but remain open to discussion for an industrial park, if presented in the future based on information provided, including site plans and meeting all criteria. Motion was approved unanimously. B, suggestion had been made to rezone the three corners at Starville Road and Shea Road from A1 agricultural to B1 local business. There is already a local business and a church in the area. It would be a good location in the middle of the township for other local business development. Commissioner Posey made a motion, seconded by Commissioner Surday, that based on the feedback from residents and property owners at the June 27, 2018 Town Hall meeting, the recommendation is to refrain from the rezoning of all three corners at Starville and Shea Road at this time. But the Planning Commission is open to discussion on this matter at any time, and any inquiries should refer to the current master plan. Ayes were Jones, Marcus Pressman, Moore, Posey, Runyon, Surday, and Treadway. Nays were none, and abstain was Simons, and the motion was carried. Master plan amendment regarding industrial park. Chairman Runyon stated an actual amendment to the master plan would not be necessary, but would be acceptable and informative in the future, and would assist in the next master plan review. So that's the first memorandum from the first town hall meeting. Is there any questions with that before I go with the next one? Okay, so the town hall meeting, okay, dear board members, the Cottrellville Planning Commission held a town hall meeting at the Township Hall on July 25th, 2018 at 6:30 p.m. before a regular planning meeting at 7:30 p.m. Town hall meeting topic was suggestion has been made to rezone the area from the dredge cut west to Marsh Road, from Chartier Road to the township borderline on the south side, from R1 residential to A1 agricultural. Commissioner Simons made a motion, seconded by Commissioner Marcus Pressman, that based on the feedback from the current residents and property owners unanimously at the June 25th, 2018 Town Hall meeting, the recommendation is to not proceed with the rezoning of the area of the Marsh Road to Dredge Cut from Chartier South to the township border and to remain as is. Motion approved. So, I think the Town Hall meetings, even though we're not moving forward, we did get a suggestion about the industrial park, and the residents think that that wasn't a bad solution, because the entrance does not take away from Value Properties. It's just an area. It's not the whole 26 Mile Road. And I thought it was really good input from the residents, because they communicated with us. They left. They weren't disgruntled when they left. I thought it was a good communication meeting, and it was a town hall meeting, and that's what we wanted, and that's what we got. We got their input, so that was the bottom line, and I thought it went well. And out of it, we might have one new planning commissioner that said that he was wanting to join. He didn't know what his credentials had to be. We told him, just you have to care about the township, and let us know why you think you want to be on the planning commission. So that's a good thing too, because you're not having to go after people, and he's looks like he's pretty young, so that would be nice. I mean, I don't know how old he is, but he's not old like me. So
Like us?
He's younger than all of us.
yeah. So that'd be good. I mean, I'll have a third younger one on the planning commission. Any more questions concerning that? Like I said, I'm glad we did it. It was a nice communication with the township. I think we need more. I think you, as a board too, that would be really good for you guys, because our whole thing was, how can you help us help you? That's the bottom line, and we don't want to step on their feet, step on their toes either.
That's
So we want them to come up with some suggestions also.
One of those meetings was very, when we were chock full, we didn't have only standing room.
The second meeting?
Second meeting?
The second meeting, yeah.
Yep.
First meeting was pretty okay too.
Yep.
And lots of input. They did communicate, so it wasn't
That's
like
good.
they sat there and just listened to us. And that's what we wanted. So, all right.
Thank you.
I think they appreciated it too, you know,
Yeah,
because they were asked, so.
yeah, we got a chance to speak. All right, the next thing under new business is request for possible use of the waterfront park in Roberts Landing for a wedding on the river by a neighbor in that area. Also, permission to park on the other side of the road for guests. The people are new residents. They bought the 3-story next to the old customs office,
Oh, okay.
and they've remodeled it already. It's at 8547 River Road. Susan and Mason Richardson, they seem like very nice people. They asked if they could use that waterfront side. She wants to put up a tent, and her daughter wants to get married there on the river. So I figured if it's still park property, we could still have her fill out the application here, only over there,
Right.
and put the deposit down. And she wants to cut more of the grass a little tighter, because we're only hitting it like once every 6 weeks. She wants to cut it down a little closer. And I told her just be.
Well, that would be nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Get a free cut.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Mazzola paid for the last one, so
Oh, okay.
we've been kind of passing it around amongst the Parks and Rec people,
Well,
so.
we should have done her a deal. She can have the wedding there.
That's what she wanted to
Grass
do.
the rest of the season.
That's what her husband said, he would maintain it for us.
Well, that would
But
be
we have to be
nice.
careful, we don't want to cut those weeds, I mean, not the weeds, the,
The good stuff.
yeah, the,
There's certain
Flowers.
areas we can't cut it in there, isn't there?
no, it's already been turned over to us,
Oh, okay.
October 1st of a year ago. So, 2 years ago, it'll be 2 years we got it, so.
Are you some of the same people that are looking for rezoning?
Yep, same guy. Yeah, that's another thing on the agenda for planning commission next month, or this month, I should say.
Is that what we got?
they-
The email that you sent, or is that something different?
I think I sent that to you, too.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I sent it to the girls, yeah.
Is there any type of liability we should be concerned about with the guests going across 29 and,
I told him I needed an insurance policy, and she said she'd handle that, so.
Okay, we get-
That's what we did with the people that are getting married in this park.
yeah, if they got a rider on their insurance, they're
Yep.
covered.
Yeah, they will.
So where can they actually park?
They're gonna be just parking on the grass,
Okay, inside that.
inside
Oh,
the,
okay.
yeah,
Well, I was wondering where they were gonna.
yeah. There
There's
wouldn't be
not a
any
lot of-
place to park on, even on their lot, it's pretty small.
Yeah.
Okay, if I could have a motion to that effect, I would appreciate it. That we would allow her to use the waterfront park in Roberts Landing for a wedding.
I'll make that motion to use the waterfront park in Roberts Landing for a wedding on the river by Susan and Mason Richardson.
I'll second that.
With the insurance policy
Yep.
in hand.
Same project that we did for the other people. They'll have to fill out an application, give us a proof of insurance that they're, have a rider, and cut the grass.
That sounds good.
All right. All in favor signify by saying aye, please.
Aye.
Yes.
Aye. Nays, hearing none, motion carried. All right. Now, we have a copy of these Cotterville Township water rates prepared by CTDPS Superintendent Chris Hilton, and for review and discussion. I don't know if you want to go through some of it now. If it's something that suits your fancy, we'll vote on it tonight. If not, we'll chew on it and give him an answer next month. But I'd kind of like to get it rolling if we could, only because I'd like to have it take effect October 1st. So we're not in the middle of a,
Yeah, well, I think we put it off last month because Kathy wasn't here and we said.
yeah, I wanted to make sure she
Yeah.
was here because her input's
Because the
important.
sooner the better.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we're already behind, because of the fiscal year, we're already behind places that we should be, plus rates haven't been changed in far back as I can see, at least 10 years, we haven't had any increase. But we get increases from every supplier every year faithfully at their fiscal year renewal, we get an increase from Clay
Marine
Township
City?
and Marine City and
And Ira.
every year we get an increase. I work at Ira, so I know you get an increase because I build that increase in for you, so. We give you an increase every.
Thanks a lot, Chris.
We have to cover costs over there too.
Chris, can I ask you to go to the
Yeah.
podium, because I want this to be on, in case anybody at home wants to know what's going on,
Sure.
and they know who to shoot.
Oh, well, sit back down and,
Go ahead.
no, that's fine. Like I said, we had that little presentation that I gave you, probably was 2 months ago now, just showing you like what's going on with our rates. You know, we're not even covering costs right now. So, based on the proposed budget that we want to see in the water end of it, and some of the stuff, the work we have to do, I gave you that small presentation. On that, you're going to see, you know, a rate increase, a base fee increase, and also my recommendation would be a water meter replacement fee. Most every community around you right now is using that. Water meters are, they have a life expectancy of about 20 years. When a home's built, you know, the homeowner buys the meter. After that, you know, we have to try to find money to replace those meters out of operating budget. Your meters are, what seem like they were replaced recent, are starting to age, and you're having failing meters, and meters slow down. So we have to start looking forward, knowing that we're going to be replacing those. I mean, really, within the next couple of years, we're going to have to start replacing. So meter replacement fee, the basis of that meter replacement fee was taking the cost of a meter and installation cost, dividing it over 20 years, and that's what the quarterly fee came out to. It's not a huge quarterly fee, but it does add up. For the township at the end of 20 years, you'll have all the money you need to replace all your meters. You know, we're gonna be replacing them, you know, because we don't have a huge staff, we're gonna be replacing them, you know, a little bit every year, whatever money the budget allows, and try to stay ahead of it. We don't wanna have a mass meter failure. It'd be a nightmare, so.
Chris,
That's
can
one of the
you
other things.
take a shot at what you think you've replaced or repaired since you and Nick have been here?
Since we've been here, we've probably replaced, I don't know.
75?
Yeah, probably somewhere in
I
that.
think we bought them once 50 on a lot, and the next
Yeah.
time it was 25, and I think that was,
And we've had some issues with there are better options for you out there right now. Some of the
Yes.
stuff that you're using, I don't think I would recommend for you to continue to use. The cost is probably 1.5 to 2 times what you could get a better product for, in my opinion. Well, you know, I'm doing this in 2 different areas right now too, so there's different things out there that would be better for you to go to, I think, so.
well, I think these only had a 10-year shelf life too, a 10-year.
Yeah, they're supposed to be,
And we got 8 and 9 years already.
they give you a 10-year warranty, 10-year full warranty, then after that it's prorated, but it doesn't make sense. Once they prorate it, you can buy a new product for the same cost. It's, you know, you're prorating retail, so. And also, like I said, the rate increases, try to be as conservative as possible, because, you know, obviously we're answering to the public for everything we do, so we don't wanna go crazy, but we also have to cover costs, and the rates that I'm proposing are going to cover costs. We're not, you know, by no means are we gonna be building a huge, bank account. We're gonna cover costs, and we're gonna be able to take care of some of the problems that the township has, slowly. My goal is to not have to bond out for water things if we don't have to. We can hopefully build some savings so that when we do have to do a project, we have some money to take care of that in-house, so that we don't have to go to the citizens to ask for bond money. May that happen? Sure. I mean, we can't say for sure, but my philosophy and my intent is to try to recoup that money through rates, you know, conservative rates. Again, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to come to the residents and hit them with a big rate increase. So you'll see that on the one sheet that we printed. It gives you basically the what a water bill would look like right now with a 4,000 gallon usage, and then with a 4,000 gallon usage, what the water bill would look like with the proposed changes. So you can see it's a little bit of a bump, but you got to remember that's a quarterly bill. So if you break down as a monthly charge, you're looking at, you know, $8 or whatever it would be a month increase to the residents, you know, on average. I'm not, you know, there's people that can use more water, and that doesn't incorporate the sewer stuff in that. I wanted to separate it so you could see what the effect would be on just the water end of it, so that it wasn't, you know, mucking the sewer end up. We already made adjustments in the sewer, which is really we've been doing some work on that and looking at numbers and stuff, and it's really, that's putting you in a good spot. The sewer is putting you in a good spot. So these water changes would basically mirror what we did in the sewer and get us to a spot where we feel somewhat comfortable, so that you're not.
And this is for the water fund, I already know the answer to this, but people listening to this is strictly for the water. Anything over and above stays in the water fund, it's not general fund money.
Correct, 100%.
It's not sewer fund money.
No, water fund has to, water fund has to support water. You're not supposed to take money from general fund to support water. You're supposed to support your water with your rates. Same with sewer. Sewer stays with sewer, water stays with water. And I am going to be very conscientious about keeping those separate because we need to know what it costs. We need to know the true cost of our maintaining our water system and maintaining our sewer system. So we have to keep those separate and we have to adjust those rates accordingly because one thing we don't have the benefit of is we don't have our own water treatment plant. We don't have our own sewer treatment plant. So we're basically at the mercy of our neighbors. I can tell you, like water rates around, I just pulled those rates up today because I wanted to see where we were. Our water rates, on average, we're paying, I think we're paying $10.32 per thousand. I can tell you in Clay Township, we pay about $3.40 per thousand. In Ira Township, it's up to $4.95, I believe, per thousand. New Baltimore is right around $5.35. So we pay over double here in Cottrellville Township, and that's because we don't have our own water treatment plant. We are a customer of our neighbors. So,
But we don't have the maintenance of a water treatment.
we don't have to
plant
maintain a
either.
water treatment plant. I can tell you that's not cheap. So when you figure out the rates based on what you use per thousand, incorporating the base fee, the consumption charge and the meter replacement fee. If you take that and you say 10,000 gallons in each community, we're right in the same area. We're not overcharged. We're maintaining. It's just our goal and our job to maintain our system. That's all we want to do. We're not trying to make money. We just need to maintain what we have.
And this gives the general fund a rest too, because if we run short with the water,
We can't take money from the general fund. We can no longer support water and sewer with general fund money. It's not, we can't do that.
Right.
We have to support ourselves, and that's my goal, is to make sure that we support ourselves and the water and sewer end of it. So again, these are my proposed rate increases. I know nobody likes to increase rates. It's never fun, but it's being fiscally responsible and something that we have to do. So
implement it now and see where we're at next year.
yeah, I would like to. Also, you'll see in my letter, I'd like to look at it. I'd like to look at it a yearly basis. One thing that we did in other places is we implemented a cost of living increase every year, so that the rates went up a little bit every year. Because the problem is, if you don't raise rate over 10 years, when you do raise that rate, all you did was save it up for 10 years, and you have to recoup that money. So if you go a little bit every year, it's not as tough on the citizens. Plus it covers our costs. We still have to cover costs. None of our costs go down ever. I've never had meters get cheaper. I've never had water get cheaper. I've never had anything get cheaper. So we just have to cover our costs, and I guess that's all I'm asking the board to do, is just consider these rate increases so that we can get in the black and stay in the black.
Just for the record, that we haven't had an increase in water since 2010. And when you factor in the new, and you average it, it's less than $2.45 a year that we've added to it. Now, we just caught it all up at once.
Yeah, and it's just playing catch up. And again, like I said, if we can revisit this in a year, and hopefully at that time we can review what we've done. A year is a short time period, but we can at least say that we know that we're in the black. We know that we've made headway, and this would be the proposed increase. We go cost of living, or maybe at that time we say we have to make this next jump, and then we can go cost of living increases. But again, a lot of it's dictated by what we're being charged, so I guess that's where we're at.
Okay, has anybody got any other questions? Are you prepared to take care of this right now? Or do you want
I'll
to?
make a motion to go with the increase and revisit in a year.
Okay.
I'll second.
that. Hold on.
Jump right in.
Yeah.
All right, since we're
Good,
spending,
thank you.
increasing money, all in favor signify by saying aye by roll call vote, please.
Tom,
Yes.
Mary Agnes.
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Sherry, yes.
Motion carried. Thank you, Chris, for taking your time on that. I just gave him, from Public Works, we get a magazine here to the township, and I was flipping through that trying to find money. And there's a $4 billion available for rural water and sewer projects. Some of it is grants, some of it is low-interest loans. I just gave him a copy of that, and I also got one for the engineer, and we're gonna see what we can find out. There's quite a bit of, I mean, it's through the USDA, some of it, and, I mean, they're taking sewer and water, so if we can
Sewer
get.
would be nice.
Yes,
Yeah.
if we can get, well, and I didn't tell you this yet, because I hadn't had me alone for long enough, but there was, 3 people have come in, 3 different streets that want to add more water too. So as soon as we get some of that stuff, through Barb, if they've done, one has already done the first stage, went through and knocked on all the doors and found that there were, people interested, but then we gotta decide, gotta calculate the footage and the per, parcel charge that would be to see, and we were only at 48%. So I've gotta meet those guys again and see if we can't have them extended a little bit longer, find a few more neighbors on either end so that we could, get it to what they want, and then we can bring it to the township board. But, if you would mention that to John when you see him, that, I would like to have, an estimate as to what this would cost, so we can go back with an actual petition worded by the assessor that says what, the estimated cost might be, so that we know what we're telling people. Right now, it's just, do you want water or don't you? So, and we only got 48%, but we can probably expand on that a little bit. But there's 3 different streets in 3 different areas, so.
Yeah, I could probably, because we're doing a couple of big projects and then a couple of communities, so I could probably do like
Estimate, a rough
a base,
estimate?
per foot
Okay.
average of what it costs to meet.
You're still using PVC though, right?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
using PVC in both. Everybody-
12s and 8s?
All 8, I'm doing all 8 right now.
Are you?
But,
Okay.
Clay Township's got a big project going too down county, so.
Oh.
We'll have per foot cost estimates from 3 neighboring communities, so.
That'd be
a
good.
good ballpark figure of what they could expect.
Okay, good. So, I guess we got that settled. What else we have? I think that's it. We got the announcements already, I gave you those in the beginning. So I guess we are ready to adjourn. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Public comment.
Oh,
thank
I'm
you.
sorry, good thing, please.
I just have a comment. I
Sure.
didn't realize you did, maybe I was sleeping for a minute. Did you just vote on raising the rates?
Yes.
Well, I just wanted to say that I get my water from Ira, and Ira charges Cottrellville $8.32 per 1,000 gallons. Marine City charges Cottrellville $10.63, and I'm paying $10.50. So how's that work? Because I'm paying more than what you're being charged for the water, right?
Yes.
We gotta maintain,
Yeah, we have to maintain
maintain
the
the
system.
meters in the system.
But that's not the base rate, that's for the usage, so.
Well, we have to buy the water.
Right, but but Ira, people are getting it from Ira, are paying more than people in Marine City, and I'm not sure about Algonac.
When we buy water, we buy it and put it into a system. We're just like one household, so we have to average is what we do.
Oh, and and that's because it's all one fund, that's,
Yep. I mean, that wouldn't make sense if our system is older out along the river there. People out here are now gonna have all their meters replaced. When we did ours on the river, the state of Michigan did it, and they did first-class job. Back here, I guess we didn't get such a good job, because the meters are starting to go to hell already. So,
Where are the meters buried out already?
just, I don't know, they're just all over, we're getting leaks.
Are you talking about River Road or the?
River Road against,
Is
yeah.
that all that money?
Well, see, we got 2008, 2009, those are almost 10 years old.
Right.
And that was all the life of the, but I don't think that was explained very well to the board at the time, that's what the.
well, it just
We didn't
seems
have
kinda
anybody
fishy.
qualified like Chris is that understands the latest and the greatest, and that's what we were lacking.
And they should be 20 years, right?
They should be 20, the new ones are 20, yes.
Yeah, to touch on what you're asking, I understand what you're saying, that you live in an area that is serviced by Ira Township water. But Cottrellville buys water from 3 communities, so basically they're buying and then reselling that water out. And I can tell you, Clay Township, the water is $13 and something per 1,000. Marine Cities is $10.50, and it's going up every year it goes up.
Right.
We don't have 3 districts. It would make, I don't know how they would set it up in the office to bill 3 different districts at 3 different rates and try to maintain that.
Well, it's just that, we're paying more than, really.
Well, based on your usage, like your system, if we took the Ira Township system that, the water that is furnished by Ira Township, the rate that you're paying, you have to, there's a loss there as well. There's a water loss. And at the, 2 meetings ago, we had a presentation. The township's water loss right now is about 17.5%. So you have to add onto that cost 17.5%. And that's water that is lost through a water main break. Nobody recoups that money. The township doesn't, nobody pays for that water. It doesn't go through your meter. It doesn't go through meter. It goes through one master meter from Ira Township. So to say that all the water bought from Ira Township only costs you $8.32 is not correct. It is if it meters, if all that water that we buy from Ira Township gets metered to every home. Hydrant flushing, we have to flush hydrants twice a year. So any of the water that we flush through those hydrants doesn't get paid for through your meter. It gets paid for by the township, so that money has to be recouped. So in all reality, take your $8.32, add 17.5% is what we figure the water loss is, you're right up around where we're charging. So, like I said, we're not trying to.
Oh, I
raise
know,
rates
but
to
I'm
make
just,
money.
I know, but then that 17% would also be added on to what Marine City is charging
Correct.
too. So
Yes.
then that is even more.
Yep.
So,
Well, that's why we average it.
In a perfect world, if we were serviced by one community and we have one rate, that's in the perfect world. Unfortunately, we're not. We're serviced by 3 different
yeah,
communities.
it's unfortunate.
And we have more water main breaks in the country than we do on the city line.
Plus, a house fire, barn fire out in the country uses a lot of water too, so, and we don't get that back.
I've never seen anybody flush out our hydrants.
We do, twice a year we do.
Really?
Historically, it was cut back, and a lot of that is because there is nobody pays for that water, but you still have to flush the hydrants in the fall. It'll be coming up again in September, you'll see the guys out there flushing hydrants and pumping them down, winterizing them, so.
Okay,
Do
yeah,
they
I've
have
never
to be
seen that.
flushed out as much if we didn't have water that would be circulating in the loops?
If all your system was looped,
Yeah.
a looped system is ideal. You don't have a looped
Oh.
system, you have dead ends everywhere.
Yeah.
It's not an ideal system. Loop system is ideal because then the water's constantly moving. You have a ton of dead ends, we have to flush the dead ends. The water gets stale just like anything
Right.
else, so. And then we winterize those hydrants, so we have to make sure the hydrants are working because, God forbid you have a fire somewhere, we wanna make sure every hydrant is working. So we ensure the hydrants are working and we winterize them every year. So again, that adds to your water loss. That water is not, it's not recouped, you don't pay for that. So you have to factor that into your rates, the citizens, that's part of the rate, I guess.
You get right back to antiquated engineer that did it for us too, so,
Well, yeah, no, we got.
I mean, we know he wasn't
Yeah.
the
But I
sharpest crane in
hope
the
that
box.
the roads that are going for the water will maybe loop a little bit. Just get it going a little.
All right, is there any other comments? If not, do we have did we already have a adjournment?
Make a motion for adjournment.
Okay,
I'll second.
all right. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.